And I'll say one thing, everybody compares the Sony HDR AS15 to the GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. I'll just say this, the GoPro is more versatile camera from getting mounts and getting other accessories, while the Sony is limited to not a lot of things. And I've always said this, the GoPro is more versatile, but I prefer the Sony over the GoPro. But I wish the Sony would have a better microphone input. On with the review. Hey, what's up guys? We're going to be talking about some of the flaws I've occurred while using the Sony action camera, the HDR AS15, which I would say is a phenomenal camera. And I'll say this, I'll switch over to some quality of video during this review. And I just recently, today, I should say, I picked up this mount, right? The mount that you can take and you can put it on your head and use it when you're vlogging. I'm just trying to figure out, my main goal is, like when I'm riding my bike and go on bike trails, I want to be able to take this camera right here, and I don't know if you guys can help me with that or not, and be able to use the external mic input to get better audio. Because when you're using it with the waterproof housing on there, the quality of audio isn't that great. It's very tinny and just doesn't sound all that great. So here's some video footage that I recorded of my pops and I going ziplining, and you can see one side was edited and none of us was color corrected. It was all strictly from the camera, and the camera was in the waterproof housing, so you can definitely tell the quality is pretty sharp. Would it have been sharper if I would have just used the camera without the waterproof housing? Yeah, probably would. And it was at 170 degree wide angle, so there was no image stabilization or a steady shot on. And you can definitely tell the quality is pretty good for what it is. And now here's some footage of me going underwater with it. And a lot of people are saying going underwater would be very distorted and not have that richness of quality. And here's just me messing around underwater. And this is the very first time I ever took this camera underwater. And I was highly impressed with the quality of footage of what I was capable of doing. I did it at 720p at 120 frames per second slow motion, as you can see right here. And the quality to me is on par with what the GoPro is. My main focus, the only bad part I have about this whole Sony action camera is I'm not being able to use a head mount while I'm using an external microphone input. That's the only thing I have a gripe with. And I don't want to drill into the camera or drill into the waterproof housing. But if any of you guys who do moto vlogging would know how to fix this problem, I would definitely appreciate it, because you guys have did some like jerry rigging, or you know, some mount that you bought online that fixes this problem. Let me know if you guys can seriously help me out. So here's some of the footage I captured today with the head mount. It looks very nice, but it's a little bit of shakiness when you turn left and right. And now I'll demonstrate what it looks like when you're outdoors and how much you move when you have a camera. Like when you're holding a camera, you can keep it steady, but when you're driving or you're moving your head around, it does get a little bit shaky. So now you heard audio coming from the camera in the waterproof housing on my head mount. Now you understand probably why I want to be able to use it with an external microphone. There's some footage of the actual camera being used in real world footage. Like I said, I use it for vlogging as well, but My only gripe with this camera is the microphone input. That's the only downfall that I have about this camera. I would love to be able to use an external microphone with a head mount, and the people that I've seen use it, they're drilling holes into this thing, and I'm not sitting there gonna be drilling holes into the waterproof housing just to get it so I can use the microphone input. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you think of using the Sony HDR AS15 that shoots in at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Also, it shoots in at 720p at 30 frames per second. Like I said, guys, I really love this camera. It does what it's supposed to do, and it does it very well. It does actually more. The quality actually is really sharp compared to the GoPro. Every time I looked online, this camera looked like it showed more progress, and the quality just looked to be more rich and more vibrant. Do I think GoPro is a more accessible camera that you can use anywhere and everywhere, and they have more accessories for it? I really do, but for someone who has just been using it for about a month, a little bit over a month, I really recommend it. It does, like I said, I'm not really one who does a lot of action sports like surfing or going underwater, but I wanted something when I go to the Bahamas coming up at the end of this month that I can use underwater, use just to have, and it does what it's supposed to do. But if, like I said, the whole point of this video is just to have me talk about this camera and ask you guys, how can you use an external microphone input while I am vlogging on it with the head mount? So like when I'm riding the bike, or maybe say driving in the car, I can get the best audio I can and not just rely on the stereo speakers that this camera has, because the stereo speakers on this camera, ladies and gentlemen, are very nice and very rich in quality. And compared to the GoPro, it has a little bit more richness of sound, and it has that nice Carl Zeiss lens on the front. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you thought of the footage that I showed you from the ziplining and the underwater footage, because that's what I wanted this camera for, something that I can go out and actually use on a daily basis, but just get better audio. And I'm just not finding any way to do it why I use like a head mount or anything like that. So overall, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 because of the microphone is in a bad spot, and it's so difficult to even use when you have it in a head mount. That's my only gripe, but it does everything it's supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen, and does it very well. It's a nice camera you can get at Best Buy for $129. I got it for the fact it was cheaper than the GoPro. Do I kind of regret I didn't get a GoPro? Yeah, I do, but it does everything it's supposed to do, and it does it very well. You can use it underwater. You can use it when you vlog because it has good stereo microphones in the front that sound great, and it has a 170-degree wide angle and 120-degree wide angle. There's nothing that's flawed on this camera besides the microphone placement. So if you guys use this camera for moto vlogging or for your action sports, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And have you guys found a way to use an external microphone while you're having it in a head mount without drilling holes into the camera? With that being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, and I make videos like this all the time on this channel, and I will definitely talk to you guys soon. Peace on the street, son.